Car payment epidemic is here. People are paying insanely high car notes and their interest rates are also very high. And this has caused an increase in repossessions. People are having to choose whether or not to pay their car note or their house note. Others have turned their cars in. And then you have the group of people that don't have a car payment at all and they're bragging about it.
Well, after 3 years with my Tahoe, I am finally getting rid of it. Let me tell you why. So 3 years ago, if you're an OG on my TikTok, you know that I bought my Tahoe for a lot of money. And I love this car. There's nothing wrong with it. It's perfect. Everything about it is just, it was my dream car. It is my dream car and I absolutely love it. But I messed up 3 years ago when I bought it. So I bought my car and I financed it for $84,000.
Heck no.
Which was fine, 3 years ago. But I have been making $1,400 a month payments for the past 3 years. And if you do the math, you will see that $1,400 a month payments in 3 years should be around $50,000 worth of payments. Yeah, well, I've only paid off $10,000 of the balance. So my $84,000 car that I bought 3 years ago is now still at a balance of about almost $75,000. And honestly, that blows my mind that I have paid $50,000 into this car and have only paid off $10,000 of the balance. So Friday, your girl is getting a new car. And honestly, at first I was scared and didn't know if I was making the right decision. And I had to think about it a lot and weigh my options and think about the pros and the cons. And honestly, today I just feel very content with my decision.
Yo, everybody make bad decisions. Her car payment is extremely high. To me, that's a mortgage or someone's rent that she's paying on a car. And she said she only paid $10,000 on it, so her interest rate must be extremely high, or she took the balance from her other car and put it on that one. I'm not sure, because she's talking about getting a new car. And if she still owes $74,000 on that Tahoe, and she goes and get a new car and trades that one in, the balance from that Tahoe is probably going to be shifted to that car. So I don't know exactly how she's going to do that.
I want to know what y'all's car payments are every month, because I refuse to believe that I am the only person with a high car payment, and I refuse to believe that my husband is the only man with a high truck payment. I don't know if y'all see it, but I literally see vehicles posted for sale now for like $100,000 to almost $200,000. And there is absolutely no way that people are purchasing these vehicles without paying a high car payment. So y'all are mad at me, and I know that I am not the only person with these high-ass car payments. I'm not. And other people just might not be telling you what their car payments are, but there are a lot of people with these high car payments for absolutely no reason. Vehicles now are not the same cost as vehicles used to be. I can look online and find a hoopty, and it's going to be like $15,000. That is wild. So please, tell me what your car payments are, because I need to prove a point that I am not the only person in this predicament. Especially people that bought their cars a few years ago during the pandemic, because that is when the cars started getting really high, which is when I bought our vehicles. So tell me, do you have a high car payment or do you have a low car payment?
The average car payment for a new car in America is $733. For a used car, it's $523. Which is crazy because those are payments on a depreciating asset. Those cars typically lose 60 to 70% of their value in the first 5 years, which sucks. It really does, because you have people getting these insane loans on their car, and their car is worth less than what they're paying on it. And so you have some people in her comment sections that responded to this. 21 Tahoe, $1,069. 22 Ford F-250, $1,300. Dang, paid off. That's the biggest flex. Living outside your own means is insane. I have a $400 car payment. My friend has a $1,200 car payment. We get the places at the same time.
I want to know what y'all's car payments are every month.
So this bad boy is a Yukon XL 2022, the diesel version, the light diesel 3.0 Duramax. And this one is $1,400 a month plus $200 insurance, or $300 insurance. So what's that? About $1,600 to have this. And then this one is $800 a month. That's a Tesla Model Y 2023. And this one is about $250 to $300 a month.
Probably like 3K plus in car notes a month.
And so yeah, those payments are pretty high. And every once in a while, I'm thinking like, what am I thinking? But I used to have a little diesel Benz that kind of broke down, and every time I took it to the shop, it was $4 or $5 grand each time. And then there were still more problems and stuff, so I decided to turn that in for this Tesla. And the Yukon, we got it during COVID, so there was about a $7,000 markup on it. And as you guys know, that those cars in and of themselves, brand new, cost quite a bit. So that stung a little bit, but it is what it is. But yeah, how do your guys' car payments look like? Let us know.
Hey, if it's within your means, because I know car payments are relative to who you are. If you can afford it, great. But I think the average person is really being weighed down on a debt that comes from these cars. And to me, that's a lot of money to be spending on two vehicles. Like, he was in a Tesla then, and the Teslas are even seeing a drop in the values on their cars. So it's not as valuable as it used to be back in the day, which sucks. And then you gotta like find charging stations, etc. But it is what it is. Like, if you could afford it, fine.
Hey girlies, I'm curious, what is your vehicle payment? So I had a 2021 Tesla Model 3. My monthly payment was $882 plus my insurance, but insurance was only like $150. So
Still was like in
that would be,
range.
Around like
$1,050
$950 a month. And I'm curious, what is your payment? Because after I totaled my vehicle,
She said total. Okay.
I have learned my lesson of
Bet you
making
did.
better financial
I bet
choices.
you
For
did.
sure. For sure. I've learned. I know. I'm going to be an adult. Hey, girlies,
Bro,
I'm curious.
That was
what
a blessing in disguise, especially if you got gap insurance and your vehicle get totaled and you free that car note. Like, that's half of somebody's rent. For those that have an electric car, how much do you have to pay to charge it? Because I know gas prices are expensive, especially here in Cali. Groceries are more expensive. Everything has went up, and except for pay. Like, you don't get a raise, but the prices on everyday items go up like crazy. And so to be paying that, and these are the people that have learned from their mistakes. I'm like, I am never going back to a car payment. I'm cool with the hoopty I got. I'm cool with this old car because I've saved up so much money.
$1,000 to realize no car payment and a cheap car is the way to go. Here's what I'm driving currently, my beautiful 2003 Toyota Corolla with 165,000 miles. And this is the car that cost me about $18,000 over the course of 3 years. I don't know why it's tweaking like this, but it's a 2020 Kia Stinger. I paid $354 a month for 3 years. Mind you, this was my first car I had when I was about 18 years old. It was a Hyundai Sonata. I paid it off and decided to take the money after selling it and put it down on the Kia Stinger. I was working in insurance as a 19-year-old, and they told me, hey man, you're going to want a car that you can love to drive if you're going to be driving long distance to your appointments, blah, blah, blah. Basically, they kind of sold me on the concept of wanting a cool car to pull up to my clients' houses with. And that was the last thing I needed as a 19-year-old, to have an excuse to get a fancy car because I was making a little bit more money than people who were my age. So here's what I learned after having the car for 3 years and now getting back into a Corolla at 24. Having the fancy car was cool for about 6 months to a year until I realized I'm paying so much money just to drive this thing, and it doesn't make my life any different. Yeah, girls might be like, dang, you got a nice car, but if you don't have game, you don't have game, whether you got a car or not. The homies loved it, but they also loved the simple cheap car. So it doesn't really matter if you got real homies, they don't care what you're whipping in. When I first hopped in the Corolla, it was pretty humbling because some people might see it as a beater, but after being in that nice car for 3 years and having fucking roll down windows, it's a little humbling. For me, maybe it felt like I needed to be humbled, because honestly, now I have more money in my savings. I'm able to invest more money every month, and I can go on vacation or do the things that I want because I don't have to worry about spending and saving almost $400 every month on just driving. I don't see myself needing or wanting a car payment for anything in the near future. So for now, I'll probably just keep buying cars, putting some money into it, and enjoying the fact that I don't have a monthly payment every month. So that's what I learned from spending $18,000 on a brand new vehicle, and I'm happy now. It took me 18
flipping cars. What I will say is this: a used car is nice. When I was going to school, I paid $5,000 for a 2005 Prius, and that was used as a commuter car. What I would say is make sure you get a reliable car. The Prius that I had, it lasted for 2 years. The air conditioning in that car did not work. It moved along the way, but in the end, it just kind of like drained out and it had problems. If it's not reliable, a used car can be a money pit as well. So make sure it's reliable. You have good quality. You can have used cars that you don't have to worry about rolling it up and everything works in it and it's nice and it got 100,000 something miles on it. But don't get caught up into that trap.
Have you seen the TikTok going around about people normalizing their car payment? Well, I want to normalize not having a car payment and choosing not to have a car payment. So before I had my current car, I had a 2020 GMC Acadia, fully loaded. And I loved it. It was great. It rode awesome. But I was paying like $500 a month for her. And I didn't want to pay $500 a month for her because in today's world, in today's economy, it just does not make sense. So me and my husband went out looking for something, and this is what we found. Ain't she pretty? She's a 2003 GMC Envoy XL. She's got 3 rows for all the kids, and she runs just fine. She's got 120,000 miles on her, but she does all right.
You like it, I love you.
And she's awesome. She works great. She works just as fine as the Acadia did for our family. And I don't have a car payment. So I want to see your guys' car. So stitch this with your car that is completely paid off, that you are happy and proud about. So, oh yeah, and don't forget to like and follow me.
Hey, whatever works for you and your family, do that. Do not get caught up in getting an expensive car that you're struggling to pay for because you want to impress other people. Because at the end of the day, those people, they probably don't care. They're not struggling to pay the note. If those people don't like you, they're going to talk about you anyway. It don't matter what car you in. If they haters, they like, oh, look at her. She's trying to show off, blase, blase. Trying to keep up with the new trends or have you in debt. Live your life. Live within your means.
I don't care that I have a $700 car note. I don't care because I'm in this car a lot, right? Think about it. We commute to work, to the gym, to the stores. We're in this car 1-2 hours every day. Best believe that I'm going to drive something that I like and that I'm comfortable in. And I don't care about that Apple CarPlay, whatever everybody's obsessed with. What I care about is that my windows roll up and down, that I don't have any check engine lights, and that my brakes aren't screeching. Because having an unreliable car is inconvenient. Trust me, I've had my handful of cash cars. I've been in hoopties. It was all that I could afford back then. Car troubles were the worst. So yeah, I'll pay my $700 car note. And best believe, yes, I am going to buy the maintenance package because my car needs to be on schedule for its maintenance. And listen, the real flex is buying a nice car cash, right? But we don't all have it like that, but we can't afford a little, $700 payment. And I'm cool with that. Y'all are gonna come for me, but y'all have fun on the side of the road. No, I'm just kidding. I don't care that
Man, hey, whatever worked for you. And once these people get into debt or whatever the case may be, they go to these financial planners and he's looking at them like they're crazy.
Why'd you get such an expensive car?
It was brand new.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah.
You couldn't do that with a used car?
I don't know. I don't think I would have been able to roll it over onto an used car.
How much was your credit card debt when you decided to do this?
Probably at like 10 to 15,000.
How much did you put down?
I put 5,000 down, but it was on my credit card.
So his credit card is like 20.
Is it this $35,821? Why'd you get this one? You couldn't afford a car. You couldn't afford a car. It died. It broke, and you had to go into bankruptcy, so you decided to do this again. I'm losing my mind. That's okay. What is this car?
It's a Dodge Charger.
Oh, f*** off.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to laugh.
I get it. I'd be cope laughing too if I had a Dodge Charger that had this death on it.
Yeah, yep.
To drive around in a Dodge Charger and no one think you're cool when you pull up to them and stoplight, you're paying $850 a month for that to be judged. What year Dodge Charger?
18.
Wait. Okay.
It's got CarPlay.
Oh my goodness. So it's a car that's existed in the last 5 years? Yay! That's worth $35,821 of debt. Is it this?
No lie, cause man, and depending on what type of Dodge Charger it is, cause they still Dodge Chargers, especially like if it's like a Scat Pack or Hellcat. Those cars be getting broken into, stolen. He paying $850 on a used car, plus he's gonna have to get insurance for that. That is crazy. When people aren't able to make their car note, some people are turning it in.
Yesterday I surrendered my car to the bank because I couldn't afford my life anymore. Rough day. I won't go into detail about all that. But today I'm a little sick, but my head is feeling better. God bless. What more could a boy ask for? Now I'm working out my budget without a $366 insurance payment or a $500 car payment. So, yay! Progress!
Hey, man, I feel you. That's $866 you ain't gotta pay. God damn it, man. I feel you. I would have turned that crap back in, too. Others getting their cars repoed.
Woke up this morning to my client telling me to go get this Chevy. Get over here, and this is what I see. This is the most TikTokish shit I think I seen, bro. Look how close this lady done parked. Matter of fact, I'm finna change the picture. Hold on. Look how close this lady done parked, so I can't take her car. But guess what's going to happen? I'm still going to get the car. Oh, my goodness. Let's go. Let's get this thing started.
You know.
Look, I know y'all think this special effects. This is not special. I'm moving that fast. I'm outside her crib like Sonic the Hedgehog right now. I look like I should be working on a NASCAR Speed Race 500 the way I'm moving this car. You feel me? Like, I heard this chick got a reputation of running out jumping in the car. Like, that's literally what the client told me. Like, she be running out jumping in the car. Like, not on me. I'm out here like Sonic with the super speed, bro. Let me show you what I do. Bam! Look at that right there. Gapper. She's a capper. Just enough space for me to work like I need to. So, you know, I'm finna back that thing up like Juvenile said. Okay. Finna hit these arms. Clamp. Open. Rise. As we rise up. Now I gotta be a runner in a track star because I gotta put the car in neutral, so I gotta get out my truck to go in the car. And y'all will never believe what happened next. The car tried to snitch on me, bruh. He started yelling and everything. Watch. Worse than a 2-year-old wouldn't even take the tablet away, bruh. So I had to hit my Usain Bolt All-American run. Guess what? I hopped back in the truck, and it's up from there. No matter what you do, I'm taking your car. When I see that car, it's coming with me. If that car's on my list, it's coming with me. Motherfuckers ain't gonna learn.
This is the person that got her car repoed.
Alright, it's hitting me now. I got my car repoed on Friday.
I feel you.
So this weekend, that happened. So I got my car repoed on Friday. It is now Monday. And I'm grabbing my stuff from my car, and I'm trying to hold it together, and kept telling myself, if it's not okay, it's not the end.
It's not.
Woo. But till we see each other again. If this is the last time I see you, you were so good to me. Well, next time, my love.
But she ain't the only one. All these expensive cars are in the repo lot. These BMWs, they going right to the lot.
Stop buying cars that you can't afford. I mean, look at some of these repos that I found at auction today. repo with temp tags. This thing is a 2024. Look, 2024 BMW Financial. So I'm not making this up. Dude didn't even get to finish his drink and take his Walmart bag.
Crazy.
Look at this thing. How many miles are on it, I wonder? Let's see. It's got 218 miles. What the hell is going on, bro? Another repo with a temp tag. So people cannot afford these cars for over a month. This is a 2023 iX. Look at this thing. It is for electric. Look at that. It looks like it might have been a voluntary because they gave him the 2 keys. Some people do, you know, realize they can't afford the car, so they take it to the dealer and tell him, hey, here's the car. I can't do this anymore. And look at this. It is for electric, so y'all probably can't hear anything. But look at the panoramic sunroof.
Crazy.
This thing is sick.
Like it's fully
Another repo with a temp tag. Look at this. This is a 2018 M550. But it looks like when they were repoing this car, they actually messed up big time. Because look at the front. They messed up big time. Look at the inside. That's crazy. Of course, 1 key. It's not in bad condition for a repo. But let's see if it will start. It does start. It's actually pretty good. As y'all can see, you see that? They messed up on the front end. Every day there's new BMW repos at the auction. I'm gonna be coming here daily to show you guys the new ones once they get here. So follow me if you want to see more of these crazy cars. Y'all need to stop buying.
Live within your means and don't get caught up in trying to appease others. I know life happens. This economy is crazy. Inflation is crazy. Everything is expensive. And if you did fall on hard times, stay encouraged. This is not the end. You can make it. You can push through. You have been blessed to see a brand new day. Okay? Bad things sometimes happen. Some of it can be because of bad decisions. Others can be because of life. Like you got people losing their jobs, can't find work, etc. Stay blessed. And don't stay down too bad because you aren't the only one that's going through that situation. This too shall pass.